Once upon a time, in a lush, enchanted forest, lived a tiny fairy named Lila. She was known for her iridescent wings and her curious nature. Lila loved to explore every nook and cranny of her magical world, but she always stayed within the bounds of the forest, where it was safe and familiar. One day, however, her curiosity led her to the edge of the forest, where she saw something glittering in the distance. Intrigued, she fluttered closer and closer, until she found herself leaving the safety of her home and venturing into the unknown. Lila soon found herself in the midst of a bustling human city, a place unlike anything she had ever seen. The tall buildings loomed over her like giants, and the noise of honking cars and chattering people was overwhelming. She felt a mix of excitement and fear. The city was full of strange and wonderful things, but it was also big and confusing. Lila realized she had no idea how to get back to her forest. As she fluttered through the city, trying to find her way back, Lila noticed a little girl sitting alone on a park bench, looking sad. Lila, despite her own predicament, felt a pang of sympathy for the girl. She flew closer and asked, "Why are you sad?" The girl looked up, her eyes widening in surprise at the sight of the tiny fairy. The girl's name was Emily, and she explained that she had gotten separated from her parents in the busy city. She was lost and scared, and didn't know how to find her way home. Lila, despite being lost herself, wanted to help. She thought for a moment and then had an idea. "I have a bit of magic," Lila said. "I can create a spark of light that will guide us." Using a small spell, Lila conjured a glowing orb of light, which hovered in front of them. "Follow the light," she told Emily. "It will lead us to someone who can help." Together, they followed the glowing orb as it floated through the park and onto the streets, avoiding the busy traffic and leading them towards a quieter part of the city. As they walked, Lila and Emily talked about their lives. Emily was fascinated by the world of fairies, and Lila was equally curious about the human world. They shared stories and laughed, and both felt a little less scared with each other's company. Eventually, the glowing light led them to a police officer who was helping reunite lost children with their families. Emily was soon reunited with her parents, who were overjoyed to see her safe and sound. With Emily back with her family, Lila felt a sense of relief, but she still had to find her way back to her forest home. Just as she was starting to worry again, Emily's parents, grateful for the fairies' help, offered to assist her. They called a local park ranger who knew the nearby forests well. The ranger recognized the description of the magical forest and offered to take Lila there. Riding in the ranger's truck, Lila marveled at the kindness of the humans she had met. She realized that while the human world was different and sometimes overwhelming, it was also full of good people willing to help. When they reached the edge of the enchanted forest, Lila thanked the ranger and waved goodbye to Emily, who promised to always remember her fairy friend. Lila flew back into the safety of her forest, her heart full of the day's adventures. She was happy to be home, surrounded by familiar sights and sounds, but she knew she would never forget her journey into the human world and the friends she made there. From then on, Lila cherished her memories of Emily and the kindness of the people who helped her, knowing that even in the most unexpected places, one could find friendship and warmth.
Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a curious little caterpillar named Charlie. Charlie loved to explore. One sunny morning, Charlie decided to visit his friend Bella, the butterfly. Bella had once been a caterpillar like him, but now she had beautiful wings and could fly high above the forest. Charlie was eager to learn more about Bella's transformation.
"Hello, Bella,"
Charlie called out, as he crawled up a daisy where Bella was resting.
Hi, Charlie. What brings you here today?
"Bella, how did you get those beautiful wings? I want to fly like you."
Bella smiled kindly.
Oh, Charlie, it's a magical journey. I used to be a caterpillar just like you. One day I felt a strong urge to find a safe spot and spin a cozy cocoon around myself. I slept inside for many days, and when I woke up, I had these wings.
Charlie's eyes sparkled with excitement.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Do you think I could have wings too?
Of course, every caterpillar has the potential to become a butterfly. You just need to be patient and wait for the right time.
Charlie thanked Bella and continued his exploration, dreaming of the day he could fly. As the days passed, Charlie noticed a change within himself. He felt an overwhelming urge to find a safe spot and build his own cocoon. He found a quiet branch and began to spin his cocoon, wrapping himself in silk. It was warm and cozy inside. Charlie fell into a deep sleep, dreaming of the adventures he would have when he woke up. Days turned into weeks, and one morning Charlie felt a gentle push from within. He wriggled and squirmed, breaking free from his cocoon. To his astonishment, he had transformed into a beautiful butterfly with vibrant, colorful wings. Excitedly, Charlie flapped his wings and took his first flight. The forest looked even more magical from above. He soared high, greeting all his friends and sharing his incredible journey. Charlie had learned the value of patience and the beauty of transformation. From that day on, he spread joy and inspiration to all the caterpillars in the forest, reminding them that with patience and a little bit of magic, they too could become beautiful butterflies. And so, the curious caterpillar named Charlie lived happily ever after, flying freely and exploring the wonders of the world.
In a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Isabella. She was admired by all for her grace and kindness, but what truly set her apart was a magnificent necklace she wore. The necklace had been passed down through generations and was said to have magical properties. It sparkled with a radiant light, and legend had it that it brought prosperity and happiness to the wearer and their kingdom. Isabella cherished the necklace not only for its beauty, but also for the hope and joy it symbolized. One day, as Isabella was walking through the palace gardens, she noticed a young girl crying near a fountain. The girl, named Lily, had lost her way and was desperately searching for her mother. Isabella knelt beside her and gently wiped her tears. "Don't worry, dear," she said softly. "We'll find your mother together." The princess took Lily by the hand and set off to search the palace grounds. As they walked, Isabella's necklace seemed to glow even brighter, filling Lily with a sense of comfort and reassurance. After a while, they found Lily's mother, who was frantically looking for her daughter. Overjoyed, she embraced Lily and thanked Isabella profusely. "Your kindness and the glow of your necklace guided us," she said gratefully. Isabella smiled and touched the necklace gently. "This necklace reminds me to always help those in need," she replied. From that day on, the bond between Isabella and Lily grew strong, and the princess often invited Lily and her mother to the palace. One evening, during a grand banquet, the necklace suddenly went missing. Panic spread throughout the palace as everyone searched for the precious heirloom. Isabella was heartbroken, not just because of the necklace's value, but because it represented her family's legacy and the well-being of her kingdom. Determined to find it, she organized a thorough search of the palace and its surroundings. Despite their best efforts, the necklace remained elusive, and a shadow of worry fell over the kingdom. Days turned into weeks, and still, there was no sign of the necklace. Isabella refused to give up hope. She knew that the true magic of the necklace lay in the love and kindness it inspired. One day, while walking in the village, she noticed a group of children playing near a riverbank. Among them was Lily, who ran up to her excitedly. "Princess Isabella, we found something!" she exclaimed, holding up a small sparkling object. It was the necklace, tangled in the roots of an old tree. With tears of joy, Isabella took the necklace and hugged Lily tightly. "You have saved the day, my dear friend," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. The villagers gathered around, celebrating the return of the cherished heirloom. Isabella placed the necklace back around her neck, feeling its familiar warmth. "This necklace is not just a symbol of our kingdom's prosperity," she said to the gathered crowd. "It is a reminder that true magic lies in the kindness and courage we show to one another." And so, the kingdom flourished once more, with Princess Isabella's necklace shining as a beacon of hope and love for all.
Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled between tall mountains and sparkling rivers, there lived a kind-hearted boy named Liam. Liam loved all animals, but his favorite was a beautiful white horse named Daisy. Daisy had a shimmering coat, a soft mane, and the brightest eyes. She was no ordinary horse, though. Daisy had something very special: large, feathered wings tucked close to her sides. However, no one in the village knew that Daisy could fly, not even Liam, because she had never shown her magical wings to anyone before. One sunny afternoon, as Liam and Daisy wandered through the meadows, they stumbled upon a tall tree, the bird's nest at the top. Liam could hear the faint cries of a baby bird stuck in the nest, unable to fly. He looked up and wished he could help the little bird, but the tree was too tall for him to climb. Just as he was about to turn away, Daisy gently nudged him. Liam was surprised when he saw something incredible. Daisy's wings had spread wide, shimmering in the sunlight like silver clouds. "Daisy, you can fly," Liam exclaimed in amazement. Daisy neighed softly and lowered her head, inviting Liam to climb onto her back. Without hesitation, Liam hopped on, and with a mighty flap of her wings, Daisy soared into the sky. The wind rushed past Liam's face as they flew higher and higher. Daisy gracefully flew to the top of the tree, where Liam carefully reached out and placed the baby bird back in its nest. From that day on, Daisy and Liam shared their secret with no one else. They flew over mountains, through rainbows, and even up to the twinkling stars at night. Their bond grew stronger with every adventure. Sometimes they would visit distant lands, where the clouds were like fluffy pillows, and the sky seemed to go on forever. Liam would giggle as they zipped through the air, his heart filled with pure joy. Daisy's wings beat steadily, making every trip feel magical. One day, the villagers began to notice something strange. Liam would disappear for hours, only to return with stories of distant places that seemed impossible to visit in such a short time. Some of them began to wonder if there was something more to the quiet boy and his gentle horse. But whenever they asked Liam, he would just smile and say, "Maybe one day you'll see the magic all around us." Then one stormy evening, a terrible flood threatened the village. The river had overflowed, people were trapped in their homes. Liam knew it was time to reveal Daisy's secret. Without hesitation, Daisy spread her wings, and together they soared through the stormy skies, rescuing those in need. The villagers watched in awe as the flying horse and her brave rider helped everyone to safety. From that day forward, Daisy's wings were no longer a secret, and she became a symbol of hope and bravery for the village. Liam and Daisy continued their adventures, but now the whole village knew that magic truly lived among them. And whenever anyone looked up at the sky, they could always count on seeing a boy and his flying horse soaring high above, where dreams and wonders never end.